Hey everyone, welcome to Socializing with Sulema. Well, let me start off by saying my name is Sulema Sienna Barajas. I am 15 years old and I'm the reigning Miss Teen California Latina. So let me start out by talking about the pageant. It's a Latina-based pageant to empower Latinas, and it's where beauty and culture meet purpose. Let me start off by talking about what I did to reach the crown and be able to be where I'm at today. The pageant was about a month and a half ago on December 1st. And let me start by saying beauty pageants, it's not about the beauty, it's not about the hair, the makeup, how you look. Obviously, that's a plus. However, it's really about what you know and how you can present yourself. Interview is the biggest part of any beauty pageant. I think almost everything, like if you're looking for a job, that's the thing I recommend people who are going for pageants or anything like that. Focus on the interview, know yourself, be able to know how to, talk to people and be able to get people's attentions. Like for instance, I was able to crack a few jokes to the judges, make them laugh, and what that does is it shows them who you are. If you're kind of sitting up all, extra prancy or whatever, they're gonna be like, oh, this girl thinks she's a stud. So that's what I was able to do, and just be able to show yourself, be able to show your personality, and I promise you that is gonna get you far. It was able to get me far. Obviously, you're gonna be a little nervous. I thought I was gonna throw up when I was waiting outside the interview room. But if you're able to show them who you are, that's the number one thing, the best thing. After the interview, after you walk the runway a few times, the onstage question. Yes, it's a little intimidating. However, that basically makes you or breaks you. It really depends with every beauty pageant, but there's about five finalists or 3 finalists, and that's your last chance to show to the judges what you know. And every question is different. Some are, about life or about your opinion on something. So you really have to be prepared and be able to, back up your opinion. For example, my onstage question was, what are some qualities that I would be able to bring to the table as Miss Teen California Latina? Let me start off by saying that I messed up. I thought he said properties, but it was qualities. So I began some quality or some properties that I would be able to bring to the table as Miss Teen California Latina. And then right in the middle of the question, he stopped me and he was like, no, qualities, not properties. So right from the beginning, I started having heart attack, I was like, oh, I bombed this. But no, you fix yourself, and whatever you do not say sorry. That's a big no-no. So you say, excuse me. And then while I was going on with my question, I messed up. And instead of saying as Miss Teen California Latina, I said my title, which is Miss Teen San Diego Latina. So, mistakes happen, but I don't feel like it's about the mistake really. It's how you're able to bring yourself back up. And that's something I was really able to do right away. I said, excuse me, kept it going, and I didn't show any sign of, of, oh my gosh, I was able to really pick myself back up after that. And I think that's really important for beauty pageants or, for sports or for anything. This channel, I don't really want it to be based on. It's about my life. Obviously, it's a little vlog, but, also little tips and charms to be able to, if it's not the crown, it's the trophy or the job or whatever. And, if you know how to do your hair and makeup, that's a plus. I was able to learn a few weeks before the pageants. I thought I knew how to do hair and makeup from videos on YouTube, but no. I really learned. My coach was able to show me. So that's a plus. However, you do not get judged on that. At least not in the teen division. Also, be able to dress like if it's a pageant. A lot of, don't just show up in a cocktail dress and feel like that's fancy enough because it's a dress. No, know how to dress. And a big tip in pageants or anything formal or anything like that, do not take jeans. It's a pageant, not a little party to the mall or whatever. It's a pageant. So that's another big thing that I try to emphasize. Also, stay in your heels the whole time. For if, like I said, if it's not for a pageant, if it's for, you know, modeling practice or anything like that, please do not take off your heels and be barefoot. Stay in your heels. I saw the law and I just kind of felt uncomfortable. You know, like, it's a pageant. Beauty is pain. At least that's what I live off. Beauty is pain. If any of you all have any requests, you know, if you guys want me to talk more about, you know, beauty, and, you know, let me know, or more tips on the pageant. However, for the first few videos, I will be talking about my journey to the crown, or I'll be emphasizing on the pageant a little bit more. However, later on, throughout my reign, I'll, you know, gladly be taking requests. I know I watch a lot of YouTube vloggers, and, you know, they have a get ready with me, or hauls, or tutorials. I don't know about tutorials because, but anything like that. Make sure to tune in every Sunday with me, Sulema, and yeah, I look forward to sharing my life with you guys, and I'm really excited, and I'll definitely be, you know, if I get a lot of hits or whatever, I'll definitely be wanting to create a channel or be making more videos after my reign, so I could get kind of a little bit more personal with you guys. So yeah, so like I said, be able to tune in, subscribe, like, rate, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!